On today's video, we've got a set of irons that I think might be the most consistent and forgiving irons of 2025. Today, I'll be looking at the Callaway Elyte. I got a chance to check these out at the PGA show, and after hitting a number of shots in cold, frigid conditions, I left super impressed at the dispersion that I got from these irons and the distance I was getting out there as well. They're just super long, super straight. On today's video, we are at Carrollwood Country Club. We're gonna play a slightly forward set of tees. We're gonna go irons only, and our goal today is gonna be even par. Now, we've got some really challenging conditions out here. The wind is swirling. The greens, while they're running pure, have slowed down a bit, so we'll see if we can get it right here and really put these ones to the test. First, let's take a closer look. All right, look at these babies. These are beautiful. A very interesting construction. If you look at the graphic here on screen, Callaway calls this a speed frame. So there's a lot going on, all about forgiveness and building distance. Speaking of distance, these lofts are gonna be severely pressed. Your 4-iron sits at 19 degrees, 29 at the 7-iron, and 42 at the pitching wedge. Also, interestingly enough, Callaway provides not only an attack wedge or a gap wedge, but also a sand wedge with this set. So a lot of flexibility in how you want to build out this Elyte set. Now, if we're looking at the face of this club, it looks pretty tame on the outside, but what it's hiding is variable face thickness. Now, they call it an AI 10X face. Basically, they found more control points and ways to really optimize the thickness of this face, ensuring that off-center hits are going to fly straighter. There's going to be more MOI and basically all around more forgiveness. Again, we'll be putting that to the test out here on course. Now, I've got the 5-iron in hand here, and as you can see, it's got a fair amount of offset. It's not crazy, but it's definitely there. Now, as you work your way up through the set here, you can see the 7-iron on your screen, and here you can see the pitching wedge. That offset starts to taper off, and it looks much more like a player's iron the further up in this bag you go. I think Callaway's done a really great job here of really creating an iron that I think can work for a wide range of handicaps, and again, we'll talk about that here as we progress. All in all, great design, but it's time to put this one to the test. All right, first hole here, we've got the wind behind us. I'm gonna get a little bit of a distance test here. We're gonna go 4-iron and see what the Elytes are capable of. All right, I like the peak height there. That's gonna favor the right side of the fairway. It looks like it went a long way. Club head speed was 92, ball speed 127, the smash 138. I didn't catch that quite in the middle, and I felt it as well. We'll talk about the feel of these irons here in just a bit. 187 is the estimated carry, and 212 is the estimated total. Let's go find out where it finished. So not my best strike, but in terms of distance, 224. I think that's the furthest I've hit a 4-iron out here to this point. So amazing, amazing distance here out of the Elyte irons. All right, so we're gonna go pitching wedge here. 119 is the number, so I'm gonna have to take a little bit off this one. Let's see if we can get the weight of this shot right. All right, we're heading kind of middle of the greenish. Let's see if we got the weight of this shot right. We did, so it's gonna be a longer birdie putt, but we've got a birdie putt, so let's see if we can roll it in. So distance-wise, great. We do have about a 30-footer-ish here for birdie, but we've got a birdie putt at least. Let's see if we can get lucky. I'd love to start with a bird. It's on a good line. Did I get the speed right? Yeah, not bad. All right, that's our par. We're off to a par 5 next. All right, 467 is the number from these tees, so maybe reachable in 2 if I hit this one really well. We might have a chance. That was really well struck. I think I was aimed out there, so we missed the fairway, but again, feel off this club, really exceptional for a cast club. This is not a forged iron. Callaway makes beautiful forgings, but this one, in terms of feel, is as good as a cast club gets. All right, we caught a good lie here, just in the rough. Let's see if we can get home. 241, probably not today. Probably not today. So I wanna just lay up into a good position. These clubs have so much pop. If I go much more than an 8-iron, we're gonna have, again, kind of an awkward distance. So 8-iron's the play, I think. Oh, that is nice. Now the wind is really bringing that ball left. It was well struck, but this wind has really picked up here on this hole. All right, we got another awkward distance here, 93 yards, and I am just in the rough thanks to that wind that blew that ball a little left. So I felt it back there. But if you look at these clubs, they have a tri-sole design. Basically, there's relief towards the face as well as towards the back of this club to really cut through the turf. A lot of times when you have a game improvement club, you've got a very wide sole, which can get stuck in rough and it can really turn the club face on you. So far, not the case. We'll see how it does here, but this one's really cutting through the turf nicely. Could be good. It's got to stop though. It's tough to stop them. So I'm on the back of the green here, but we do have putter in hand. And hey, you never know. I've been known to make a bomb or two. Let's see if we can roll it in. All right, we're downhill all the way here, but these slower greens are gonna help me out a little bit. Come on, baby, reach, 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 reach. Oh, I'm leaving him short. That was dead center if I hit it just a little further. Not gonna complain with the tap in par. We're heading to a par 4 and we're getting the chances. One of these is bound to go in. All right, we've got a par 4 here, dog leg right. On this one, I'm gonna test workability of these clubs. We're gonna see if we can shape this shot. Now I am dead into the wind as well, so we're not gonna get as much distance. Ooh, I caught it heavy. But we're right down the middle, so. We'll have a longer iron in our hands than we wanted, but forgiveness-wise, you can't fault these ones. Out on the range, I hit it off the toe, I hit it thin, I hit it heavy. They just want to fly straight. Very, very forgiving club that Callaway's built here. And it's showing itself right now. We're out here a ways, 187 and dead into the wind, so we're gonna be testing all these clubs can handle right now. I'm kind of in between a 5 and a 6 iron, but I think into this wind, we gotta go 5. Ooh, it's on a really good line. Just slightly short. I did catch that toe side again. Forgiveness though, these things continue to impress. I've struck them literally all over the club face today, but the results we're getting are really stellar. In my simulator, as well as at PGA Demo Day, I found these clubs to be extremely consistent as well. So the misses just aren't gonna be as severe with these irons as a lot of game improvement irons, but these really more suited to kind of a mid-handicapper. They're gonna be about as forgiving as it gets. You can see how narrow this landing area is. So I'm sure I'm glad these things are as forgiving as they are. Pretty straightforward uphill chip here. Just want to get one cozy. Slow down, get in the hole. All right, we'll take that. Another tap in par. Again, never gonna complain with those. We're heading to a par 3. It's gonna be our first chance at an ace. Still eludes me, but I think it's gonna happen here in 2025. All right, we've got 140, but the wind shifted a little bit. I think it's behind us now all of a sudden, so pitching wedge should be perfect. See if we can knock one tight, or better yet, in the hole. And again, as you work your way up this set, looking down at this pitching wedge, it looks much more like a player's iron than a game improvement iron to my eye. So I really like the way they've built this one. They've really, really taken some consideration into the looks here. Caught that one thin, and we are in the bunker. So as forgiving as these clubs are, they can't forgive every sin. That was a really poor strike, and now we've got our first real test of the day. All right, so we are in the sand. Good news is Carrollwood has just done a bunker renovation, so this sand is as perfect as it can get, which means I've got no excuses not to hit a decent shot here. Plenty of green to work with. Let's see if we can make it happen. Oh, that's a fried egg. An early morning fried egg. That's gonna make this a lot more challenging to get up and down. See if we can pull it off though. Oh! Definitely gonna be a challenging par putt from there. Yeah, we got a good 25 feet uphill here. It's bending right to left for me, left to right for you. Come on, baby. Come on, come on. Oh! I just can't give them enough today. So, we are now 1 over, and if we're gonna hit our number, we're gonna have to make a birdie here. We do have a par 5 come up. It's a difficult, long one, probably not gonna be an eagle chance. And then we've got another hard par 4 behind it, but we wanted to test these clubs, so we're putting them through all the paces here today. All right, 474 here, which sounds manageable, but it plays way longer. First of all, we are back into the wind. Second of all, it's a sweeping dog leg, almost a 90-degree turn. And the third shot, very challenging with a bunker in the front of this green. So I'm not gonna try to get fancy here off the tee, just wanna get one in play. And ideally, I wanna get to about a 120 shot. I think that'll be perfect for our pitching wedge. Let's see if we can make it happen. We gotta do some math in order to do that. I'm gonna go 4-iron first. That is perfect. It gets over the bunker. It did. Good thing these have a little extra pop to them. So again, not sure if you can hear it on camera, but it's very clear to me out here. You hear it when you hit these clubs in the middle. I don't know if I've ever experienced a club that was quite that definitive based on strike point. You get a crunch when it's middle, you get more of a clicky sound when it's not middle of the club face. Again, hit another fairway here. We are in perfect position. It's all about getting us into the right spot. So 252 out here. I think 8-iron is gonna be the play. That should get us into that 120 range, as long as we hit a good one. Uh-oh, I didn't. I left it out to the right. Probably the first really errant shot we've hit. Again, I think these clubs do excellent in the forgiveness department, and we will be rating these clubs here on the next hole. All right, actually a much better angle over here, and the lie is not bad either, so I will take that. Let's see if we got the distance right. We did, 123, so that is a win. Should be a perfect pitching wedge here into the wind. Really narrow green here, so I've got to get distance control right here. Let's see if we can put one on the surface. Looks good, just a little left of that flag stick. Oh! Oh! I missed my landing spot by like a yard, and that one dipped into the bunker, so we're gonna have another bunker shot. That hurts, man. That's a bad break, I think. All right, much better lie here, because that kind of scooted in. That was 1 yard from perfection. Literally landed like right here. And then instead of bouncing forward, the golf gods decided it was gonna bounce backwards. So second chance here at a decent bunker shot. Better lie for sure. Let's see if we can make it happen. That was pretty good. Oh, get in, get in. Oh, 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 that would have been nice. These irons have just performed too well today to surrender another bogey, so I'm happy with that at least. And again, I'm never gonna complain at a tap-in par, especially out of a bunker. All right, 336, last chance to get back to our even par number and hit our over-under. Fairway kind of narrows up there a little bit, but with this 4-iron, we should be fine. It's gonna be all about the second shot here. After I hit this tee shot, we're gonna rank these clubs. Oh, I hit that off the toe. Wow, that's gonna make this a very difficult second shot. We got a long way home from there. So, as you know, I like to rank clubs on 5 criteria. First is gonna be distance. 224 with a 4-iron is probably record setting, I think, on this show. So I've got to give it a full 5 out of 5. In terms of forgiveness, you just saw my worst shot of the day there, but even my mishits have really worked out well. All in all, really spectacular in the forgiveness department, hitting it all over the face today. I'm definitely not in a great groove yet, but 5 out of 5, no doubt, for these irons. And even this ball is only like 2 yards off the fairways. Just excellent. Full 5 out of 5 for forgiveness. When it comes to workability, being able to shape your shots, increase or lower your trajectory, this is what lower handicappers really need out of a club. I think these clubs do a decent job, but they're really more on the forgiving side for sure. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars for workability. When it comes to aesthetics, looks, feel, and sound, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I think a lot of people are really going to love the balance of how this set progresses, where you get more offset there on the stronger lofted clubs, and you get considerably less and a more player's look as you work your way up the bag. They've done a really good job. Again, when struck in the middle, they sound fantastic. When you mishit it, you can hear it for sure. 4 out of 5 for aesthetics for me. When it comes to value, I'm gonna give these a 4.5 out of 5. I think these live just below the $1,000 mark, which I think is a really key price point for a lot of consumers. Callaway irons are gonna hold their value better than most, so I think that's a fair score. Here on your screen is the number. Let's see if we can hit our number. I've got one more shot to do it. We're dead into the wind. 181 is the number, and I've got one of the worst lies I've seen all day. Anything could happen out of this lie. So not only are we gonna have to make good contact, but we're also gonna have to get a little bit lucky here. Oh, we're off the green. So our number might be out of reach, but we can get up and down, we can finish this in a good spot. I've really enjoyed these clubs, I've got to say. I think they work really well for as much as a 20 handicapper. I think there's a really wide range of players that these work for. I'd say 20 all the way down to about a 5 handicapper could really enjoy these irons. Definitely when you're shopping, put these ones in the mix. Let's see if we can end strong here. But I've really had a lot of fun playing them. We did find the sand here for the 3rd hole in a row, but I can't fault the irons. That lie was rough. That one not as good as our last one. So, doesn't look like we're gonna hit the over-under here today, but like I said, I had a ton of fun with these ones. We've got so many good releases here in the spring of 2025. Make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.